Court with Judge Vonda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1063, Ford case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Ford, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I came here to request to be taken off child support.
All right.
My child is almost 18 right now. I'm still sending cash apps, still taking care of my child, so I'm just confused on how the child is about to be 18. He's in the house with his new fiance, two-parent home right now, well, 2 incomes, and I feel like I just need to be taken off.
All right, so you came to court to ask to be taken off child support because he has a 2-parent income?
And because I do take care of my child.
All right, so what's the legal basis that you're asking to be removed from child support?
What am I paying child support for when I can take care of my own child? My child is just currently living with him because I'm on the road due to my business and entertainment and stuff like that. But as far as cash apps and financial responsibility, I do that without him. My child is almost 18, so I don't feel like I need to go through him for everything.
Okay, I understand. And you say he's almost 18, so he's 17?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What grade is he in?
He's a senior, 12th.
He's 17, but he's a senior?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, gotcha. When does he graduate?
In May.
All right, guys, buckle up. This courtroom drama kicks off with tension already thick in the air. The mother steps in with confidence, asking the judge to remove her from child support. But it's not just a financial plea. She claims she's still handling everything for her son, despite him living with his father and his new fiancé. Right away, there's friction. Her words are calm, but the undertone is loud. She feels used. The judge listens but doesn't bite immediately. Instead, we're left watching a woman lay down her version of the truth while a storm waits to unfold. This is the kind of quiet beginning that makes you lean in closer, knowing something big is brewing just under the surface.
All right. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
No, I just feel like he's a user and I'm taking care of him and his new fiance.
How is he a user?
He's still allowing me to pay child support for a kid that I'm providing full support for.
Right, but you understand you're under a court order to pay child support. That's not necessarily something that he's doing. That's what the court did the first time. You understand that, right?
Yes, but I just feel like he could have denied it or even spoke up and told you guys that I'm taking care of the child financially.
Why would he do that?
Because he don't need my money. I'm taking care of my own child.
Well, let's play devil's advocate a little bit. Would you have done that for him if the roles were reversed?
Yes, ma'am.
You would have opted not to put him on child support.
If he's already provided financial responsibility, exactly, I wouldn't have done that.
I don't believe that.
Okay. I don't know. You know, I see a lot of things when I'm sitting up here, right? So I can't necessarily say you would have done it or you would not have done it, but people in your certain circumstances, I can't say that I've seen them willingly not put the guy on child support when the roles were reversed. So I don't see why that even matters, you know, that you take care of your child, the child lives with him, so you should be paying child support. You'd agree with me, right?
I mean, my child don't have to technically live with him, but you're the judge, so whatever you say.
But he does. I mean, technically, no, he doesn't, but he likes living with his dad, right?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to unroot him from living with dad if he likes being over there. No, you agree with me?
I agree.
Okay, all right. So is it okay if I move over to him, or you done telling me everything you want me to know?
Yes, ma'am. With just one thing, so even if I'm not taken completely off, I do feel like it do need to be decreased, especially with his age. He doesn't need childcare or anything of that nature, so I will be requesting a decrease if it can't be just thrown out the court order.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay, sir, your son lives with you.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long has he been living with you?
As we move forward, the emotional undercurrent grows stronger. The mother insists she's not just meeting her obligations, she's surpassing them. She claims her son lives with his father only because of her work commitments, not neglect. But the judge plays devil's advocate, flipping the lens and asking the tough question: would she have done the same if the roles were reversed? That moment hits hard. The courtroom gets quieter, and you can feel the weight of personal truth clashing with judicial reality. The mother holds her ground, but the judge isn't swayed easily. Instead, she makes it clear, this isn't about feelings, it's about facts, and they're only just beginning to be revealed.
Pretty much all the way up till now, pretty much.
So even as a child from the time this order was entered?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. And is it true what she's saying, she give extra outside of paying child support?
I mean, she does. I mean, it's a little here, a little bit here and there, but you know.
How much child support are you receiving right now?
It's roughly around, it's probably about 700.
Okay. Who carries health insurance?
I do.
All right, how much is your health insurance?
Between, let's see, it's around, roughly about $350.
For your son only, or does that include the both
That's
of you?
with both of us.
Okay, all right. So if we split that in half, it's $175 a person, right? Okay. And your son is 17. He's still in high school. He graduates high school in May.
In May.
All right. What other expenses does he have? Like, is he involved in anything extracurricular?
Sports, I mean, he plays basketball, track.
Who pays for basketball?
Me.
Who pays for track?
Me as well.
Does mom help out at all with any of those extra expenses?
I mean, no, not really.
Wow.
Well, she said she's seen Cash App and such.
I mean, that's, you know, here and there, you know. It's here and there, it's not, yeah.
But sending extra outside of the $700, that's counts for something, right?
Count for some, yeah. I mean, but I feel like, you know, he's with me most of the time, so I feel like, you know, that is needed. So I mean, that's just my opinion.
Okay. What is her visitation like with your son?
She comes with 2 or 3 times a week, or he'll stay with her 3 times a week, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So is that pretty consistent?
Yeah, it's consistent.
All right. So consistently, I'm back over to you.
Thank you.
Consistently, what does your visitation look like?
Now it's the father's turn to speak, and he delivers calmly, almost too calmly. He confirms the son lives with him full-time and lightly acknowledges that the mother may send a little extra support. But as the judge digs deeper into real expenses, from health insurance to sports, a subtle pattern forms. His answers are vague, borderline dismissive. He paints himself as the provider, yet something feels off. The numbers aren't quite adding up, and the judge seems to sense that. No one's raising their voice, but make no mistake, this is a power play. Each side is laying groundwork for the final ruling, and the quiet tension says more than words.
Anytime that I'm in Dallas, I'm spending time with my child, and he also does not provide any clothing or anything of that nature for him.
He lives with him, so he has to be.
No, ma'am, I drops all that off. I'm a fashion designer and I have my own clothing line, so my child is always provided with clothes and sneakers, everything he needs for basketball, uniforms and stuff, I cover that. When he needs shoes,
He just said he pays for it.
maybe the training, but as far as his equipment and shoes and stuff, my son asked me for the money for that and I send him the Cash App. I even have the proof. So,
Does she do that?
I'm paying for that stuff. I don't know what she's talking about.
Well, somebody not telling the truth.
ma'am, I have Cash App receipts to show that I send money for uniforms, sneakers, wristbands, anything, movies, any extra activities my son would like to take part in.
We can call him.
Well, no, we don't want to call him. He's still a child. We don't want to do that. But somebody is not being honest. If she's saying she's sending you money through Cash App, are you putting in the memo line like what it's for?
No, I'm sending it to my son directly.
You're
he has
sending
a
it
bank
to the
account.
child
Yes.
directly. So maybe you just don't know that she's doing that.
I guess that's the case because I don't know anything about that.
What are you paying for exactly?
As far as, uniforms, his everyday, food, clothes, everything that he has to
She's
do.
saying she provides all the clothes.
He just buy food sometimes, and I even send Cash App for pizza and stuff like that. So I'm paying for pizza for him and his fiance and my son as well.
So you're doing more,
Exactly.
is what you're saying. On average, with Cash App, how much would you say monthly you're sending your son?
$500 minimum. His sneakers is $200 and better, so I'm buying them 2-3 pair of sneakers a month. Actually, it's probably about $600 a month, ma'am, that I'm sending additional to the child support order.
Okay. And health insurance, is Dad only covering that? That's not anything that you're covering?
No, ma'am.
All right. Under your court order,
Here's where the heat really kicks in. The mother returns fire, stating she sends $500 to $600 a month directly to her son via Cash App, on top of the court-ordered support. That's a game changer. The father claims ignorance, but she's got receipts. The judge, sensing the clash of two realities, leans in. Someone isn't telling the full truth, and while emotions remain controlled, the pressure is undeniable. The mother paints herself as both parent and provider, while the father appears suddenly unsure. This isn't just a disagreement. It's a collision of perception and fact. And with each line, the judge inches closer to a decision that might just tilt the scales.
were you ordered to reimburse him for health insurance?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And sir, do you have other children that reside in the home?
Yeah, I have 2 others.
Okay, do you have any other children?
No, ma'am.
Here's the deal. Legally, you cannot come off of child support just yet. Reason being is that a child that is the rule is you pay child support for a child up until they turn the age of 18 or until they graduate high school, whichever one happens later. Your son is 17, he's still in high school. He doesn't graduate for another few months. So you will be on child support still until he graduates high school. Do you understand that? That's what the law says, all right? Now, what I do think is very telling is that she is paying more. According to what she said, and you didn't refute it, she is paying more than the $700 that she's giving you monthly. So if all of that, assuming that is true, because you didn't say whether or not it was true or not, I think she should get somewhat of a break on the child support, the monthly obligation at least. Health insurance was never ordered for you to reimburse it to him. So what I'll do is just keep it like it is, where you just keep maintaining the health insurance, and you didn't file anything to request that anyway, and you didn't file anything requesting any adjustments to the health insurance. So what we'll do is just decrease your child support to $450, because according to your testimony, you're sending roughly about $500 anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
On Cash App. So we'll just reduce your child support obligation to $450, and you'll have to pay that through graduation, which is another, 6 months or so?
Yes,
something
ma'am.
like that.
The verdict moment arrives. The judge keeps it strictly legal. The mother must remain on child support until graduation, as the law demands. But then comes the pivot. She recognizes that the mother's financial efforts go beyond the court order. That recognition matters. The judge lowers her monthly payment from $700 to $450, meeting the situation with fairness without breaking the law. It's not the complete removal the mother wanted, but it's a win in spirit. This is where logic and empathy finally meet, not fully siding with one, but finding the balance the courtroom demands. The decision is clear, justified, and undeniably grounded in truth.
I think that's fair. I think that's what's in your son's best interest. According to her, she's doing a lot, and she's giving it directly to your son. And unless you have something in writing that can refute that, then I have to assume what she's saying is true.
I have no clue about the Cash App thing. I mean, there was no conversation. I mean, I don't check his Cash App like that.
Well, I would hope you wouldn't have a conversation with your son about that, because it's really kind of inappropriate, you know, for you all to discuss that. But if he's still enrolled in those activities and those activities are still taking place, there has to be some validity to what she's saying if you know that you're not covering that extra. So that's what it'll be. Your child support will be reduced to $450.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
I'm tired of taking care of his other kids as well.
Huh?
I'm tired of taking care of his whole household.
You
his
don't
family.
know what, now see, you were starting on a good track. Don't come in here and backslide, okay?
All right, yes,
You do
ma'am.
not know what go on in his house, and quite frankly, it is none of your business. So is there anything further that you have that pertains to your business?
No, ma'am. That's it. That's it.
Okay, do you have anything further?
I'm just ready for this to be over so I can live happy ever after with my wife and
Well,
my kids.
go ahead and live happy ever after, because you all are dismissed.
Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.
Clip timeline: 11/16, 13/6. The ruling's been made, but emotions still linger. The mother, perhaps not ready to let go, takes one final shot, claiming she's supporting not just her son, but the father's whole household. The judge snaps back quickly, shutting down the comment as irrelevant and inappropriate. The father adds his last word, simply expressing his desire to move forward and be happy with his new family. The case closes not with fireworks, but with a tired kind of peace. It's a reminder that court doesn't heal personal wounds, it just resolves legal ones. Everyone's dismissed, but the weight of the hearing will echo long after the gavel drops.